Freeze for 5 seconds and listen to your pulse. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's sped up, good. That signal means the part of you that tries to please is nervous, and the part of you that can lead is waking up. It's a posture, the Machiavellian mindset without cruelty, the clean, strategic edge that women read as rare power because it governs itself before it tries to govern a moment. If you came for manipulation, leave. If you came to stop leaking your power through polite holes, stay. Tonight is about installing a psychology that makes you unbreakable in rooms where most men fold, and irresistible for the only reason that lasts. Your presence feels like clarity. Let's erase the cartoon first. Machiavellian doesn't have to mean lying, scheming, or playing with people like chess pieces. The dark version uses others. The clean version uses structure. One is predatory, the other is precise. Women can smell the difference in a heartbeat. Predators radiate hunger and chaos. Precise men radiate calm and selection. One manipulates outcomes by force, the other shapes outcomes by frame. If you can, your nights start feeling inevitable, not accidental. Nothing here requires deception. Everything here requires discipline. Women are not falling for your tricks. They are responding to the signal that says, I know how to carry myself, I know how to pace, and I know how to leave. That signal creates two responses in her nervous system at once: safety and spark. Safety because your steadiness predicts peace. Spark because your selectivity predicts challenge. That's the magnet, not volume, not lines, gravity. Attraction is not purchased with performance. It is broadcast by presence. You sound slower than the room. You look at one thing at a time. You move when you mean it. That alone separates you from 90% of men drowning in notifications and nervous laughter. Now install the ethics, because power without ethics is a costume that cracks under heat. No games with people's trauma. No using scarcity to create panic. No threats, no lies, no pressure. What we are building is strategic empathy, the ability to read the room, honor reality, and move in ways that raise the quality of the connection or end it cleanly. Most men adapt by default. They answer questions they didn't agree to. They apologize for preferences they never stated. They accept vague logistics and then chase clarity after the fact. You stop doing that tonight. You write the spine of moments with short, steady sentences that make momentum easy and drama expensive. I prefer Thursday. That's not bossy. That's leadership. That's not rigid. That's a boundary that protects the chance to connect. If she tests, you do not punish. You reframe or you exit. If windows never align, you stop. You didn't lose. You filtered. The second move is incentive alignment. If you reward flakiness with more effort, you incentivize flakiness. When she invests, reciprocates, proposes, shows up, you multiply it with attention and speed. When she underinvests, vagueness, last-minute changes, disrespect, you reduce access without a speech. You are not punishing, you are calibrating. It takes courage to let misalignment cost access, but that courage is the attractor. The third move is leverage control. If a single bill could collapse your standards, you do not have standards. You have hopes. If you carry secrets that can be weaponized, your words will avoid truth at the exact moments truth would free you. You build a small emergency fund so no is affordable. You put non-negotiable blocks on your calendar, mornings that belong to you, deep work that cannot be moved, training that your future respects. Each lever you remove gives your no weight and your yes value. A strategic man picks arenas where his advantages compound and refuses games that amputate his best traits. In dating, that means aligning with women who like what you actually are, your pace, your humor, your edges, rather than performing a version that is easy to acquire and impossible to keep. It means reading timing. You press when the other side needs relief. You pause when pressure would cause damage. You follow up when momentum is warm. You leave when interest is a theory instead of a behavior. Timing is not delay. Collect more than you confess. What did you say no to this year and why? What lesson hurt the most and stayed? What do your friends count on you for? These questions surface values, not facts. While she answers, you watch the small tells, how she treats staff, how she handles inconvenience, whether she asks you anything back, whether her calendar matches her claims. You share in slices that match the trust earned so far. You are congruent. Silence is your scalpel. Most men over-explain because silence triggers their insecurity. They negotiate with their own standards in public. They answer questions no one asked. The Machiavellian mind uses silence as an X-ray. You make one real observation and let it land. No, that doesn't work for me, followed by nothing, is a complete sentence. Silence is not passive aggression. It is a test for co-authorship. It reveals whether she can carry momentum with you or whether she needs you to carry all of it. Scarcity discipline is how your presence acquires a price. Fake scarcity, ignoring people to seem important, reeks. Real scarcity is the byproduct of a life with edges. You answer when you can be present, not when anxiety barks. When you are gone, you are not half there. Women call that charisma. Outcome detachment is the shield that protects your standards when lust gets loud. You want the night to go somewhere bad. Detachment does not mean apathy. It means you are bound to your process and free from needing this one person to validate you. You make offers, not ultimatums. You escalate when momentum is mutual and stop when it's not without turning cold. The paradox is vicious. The less you grasp, the more you get. Reputation management is your long game. Reputation here isn't T-image. It is what people who have nothing to gain say about you after you leave. The Machiavellian mind plays for compounding returns. You keep your word, you correct errors fast, you tip well, you learn names. You do not share what is not yours to share. You show up 5 minutes early so you never have to rush. You say, "I was wrong," at the earliest possible moment. Outrage makes viral moments. Reputation makes options. Options make leverage. Leverage makes your no kind. That is how the psychology turns into freedom. Now translate these pillars into the trenches where your old self used to leak power. You make a specific observation that proves you were present. What made you catch that? Silence. 2 beats. Later, your text is not a drip to keep a balloon in the air. It advances the story. Tuesday or Thursday at 7, quiet place with a corner. I prefer Thursday. If she mirrors investment, you move. If she delivers 2 rounds of vague maybe, you pivot back to your mission with no malice. Filtering is not rejection, it is hygiene. On the date, you behave like a man whose mission funds his patience. You pick a place that respects conversation. You arrive 5 minutes early because rushing is the enemy of presence. What standard did you pick up the hard way? You escalate naturally when the moment asks. You refrain when it doesn't. You end on a high. That truth makes you heavy in the best way. Many men are exciting for an hour and exhausting for a life. Texting between dates is where men turn into vending machines. The Machiavellian mind refuses. You send fewer, richer messages. You reference something real you noticed. You propose specifics. You live your day. You answer when you can be present. You accept one counter. If negotiation turns into fog, you step back. The result is tempo. Old you smiles through it and moves mountains to be agreeable, then resents quietly. I need confirmations the day before. Then you watch behavior, not promises. If it adjusts, great. Respect compounds desire. I'm going to pass. The schedules aren't aligning. Done. No punishment, no lecture. Women who like men respect this. Women who like boys fight it. Sex and escalation are where darkness tempts performance. Keep it clean. Your edge shows as pacing, not pressure. I want to kiss you. If yes, you meet the moment. That tiny move communicates more masculinity than an hour in the gym. It signals that with you, surrender is a choice, not a trap. Distance and time test whether you are practicing or performing. Work will stack weeks. Family will compress windows. This week is heavy. I'll reach out Sunday to lock next. Then you do exactly that. Women relax around dependability because it predicts the only thing that matters after fireworks: peace. Shadow work is where the Machiavellian mind stays safe. I'm anxious and I want to secure this. That rule saves more nights than any trick you can memorize. Kindness with edges is your rarest signal. Men who say nice guys finish last are usually men who kept an invoice for their kindness. Burn the invoice, keep the gesture. Bring the hoodie to the riverside walk because it will get cold. Pair all of it with standards. Tenderness without edges begs. Edges without tenderness bruise. Environment design is the amplifier. You can't carry a king's posture in a room that whispers chaos. Clean the square meters around your bed until they feel like a decision. Treat your kitchen like a promise to your future. Put books within reach instead of a feed. These are not decor notes. They lower the friction that makes you reactive. Reactive men perform. Resourced men lead. Now let me hand you a compact operating system you can remember under pressure. A sentence that contains the Machiavellian mind without cruelty. Author the frame. Align the incentives. Remove their levers. Select the game. Concentrate attention. Say them once under your breath before you enter any room that matters. Your body will do the rest. Friends, a dinner table, 10 people, noise. Old you tries to be interesting. New you becomes interested. Later, when the group splits, you join her path without hovering. You ask the only question they dodged. She smiles. They dodged it because 2 beats. She answers. You ask one value question. What made you notice that? You listen. You add a sentence that shows you saw the structure, not just the surface. You don't confuse volume with leadership. She tilts her head. The moment is warm. You exit before it dies. An hour later, Tuesday or Thursday 7, small place with a quiet corner, date night, you arrive 5 minutes early. You start with an observation that costs you nothing and buys rapport. You value precision, and people tend to mistake it for intensity. She laughs because she has heard the accusation. You ask what she said no to recently. You let silence warm. You read whether she can ask you anything back. When the moment asks for escalation, you say it plainly. I want to kiss you. She says yes. I'm ending on a high. I like my mornings. Friction week. She goes vague. Old, you would add more words, more dates, more taps to keep the balloon from falling. New, you removes oxygen from the noise. 2 days later, she picks a window because scarcity plus clarity created a clean decision. Conflict. She takes a sharp tone. You do not mirror it. I'm in if we talk, not attack. The Machiavellian mind does not need to win inside frames that cannot produce a win worth having. It changes frames, or it changes rooms. Affection. You carry care like a spare battery. After a night that mattered, you do not bolt. You hold. You offer water. You say one precise sentence that proves you were present. When you tugged my hand exactly where you wanted it, I loved that. You let quiet do the rest. 10 minutes of this and your future options multiply because her body learned that you can be intense without being unsafe and soft without being weak. Distance. You pre-frame heavy weeks. I'll reach out Sunday to lock next. Sunday comes. You lock next. You do not let life happen to you. You author your corner of it. The cleaner your corner, the more rooms invite you in. That is the Machiavellian compounding effect. Structure creates options. Options create leverage. Leverage creates kindness. Kindness sustains attraction. Now a warning because counterfeits are everywhere. You will be tempted to fake scarcity by disappearing, to fake standards by being inflexible, to fake information asymmetry by being evasive, to fake calm by dissociating, to fake selection by insulting what you cannot get. Every counterfeit leaks under pressure. Your eyes give you away, your timing gets weird, your sentences get brittle. The room feels a mismatch between the words and the wattage. If you catch yourself counterfeiting, slow down. Add one honest habit, keep one promise, make one clear invitation. Say one clean no. The truth is felt. Fear is smelled. You cannot cologne your way out of fear. If you need a daily practice that forges this into your bones, take this 5-minute ritual. Water, light, breath, movement, one clear sentence. The moment you wake, drink water. Open light. Take 10 slow breaths like you are tuning an instrument. Do 30 seconds of movement. Push-ups, squats, a stretch that tells your body you are here. Then write one sentence about the man you are today that fits on a sticky note. Author the frame. No arguments with my no. 2 options, 1 preference. End on a high. Put it where your eyes will trip over it. This is not productivity theater. This is how you remind your nervous system who leads. The rest of the day mirrors that decision. Money, mood, schedule, secrets, check them weekly. Money, 1 small step toward an emergency fund or getting out of debt. Mood, 3 workouts and real sleep, not heroics. Schedule, block your mornings, protect 1 deep work session, 1 hour with 0 screens. Secrets, stop creating them. If you should not say it, don't type it. If you would be ashamed to read it out loud, don't send it. If you are living a double track, collapse it. The Machiavellian mind is strongest when there is nothing easy to threaten. If you want a final, portable blueprint for nights when the room feels hot and your brain tries to sprint, whisper this under your breath. See her, slow down, set the frame, ask lightly, breathe together. Hold the edge, praise precisely, leave on a high, text with purpose, repeat. Each verb is a command to your body. Each command is a rail that keeps the train on track. You think women fall for charm, they fall for coherence. Coherence is when your words, your timing, your boundaries, your eyes and your calendar all tell the same story. It feels like integrity and reads like power. It lets her relax without losing her spark. In a noisy world of performers, coherence is exotic. Exotic is irresistible. At the door, end the story the way strategic men do, with clarity and an invitation that assumes nothing. I like tonight. I want to see you again. Sunday at 6, the bookstore you mentioned. If the moment asks for a kiss, you ask. If it doesn't, the hug is warm and brief. You hold eye contact a second longer, not as a trick, but as a bow to reality. Then you leave. 5 steps away, you feel the quiet in your chest. That quiet is your metric. If you kept your frame, aligned incentives, removed cheap levers, selected the right game, concentrated attention, used silence, collected before confessing, detached from outcomes, and protected your reputation, the result is inevitable whether she texts or not. You are stronger than you were yesterday. Stronger men get better women and better lives because they stop paying attention taxes to chaos. So this is your vow with nobody watching. I will not purchase approval with self-betrayal. I will not rent my schedule to other people's urgency. I will not let lust negotiate away my standards. I will author frames with specifics. I will align incentives with behavior. I will remove levers cheap enough to move me. I will choose games that reward my best and skip the ones that punish it. I will concentrate my attention until my presence feels expensive. I will let silence X-ray what words cannot. I will collect before I confess. I will detach from outcomes and trust my process. I will compound a reputation that makes my no kind and my yes loud. Say it once, then go live it. Women are not hypnotized by darkness. They are drawn to men who carry their edge without cutting anyone. That is the Machiavellian mindset worth having. It is a map that keeps your dignity while making desire easy. Walk it for a week and your posture changes. Walk it for a month and your options multiply. Walk it for a year and you won't recognize the man who used to chase. You'll be the man she notices in a room where no one else has to be small for you to feel big. And when someone asks you what your secret is, you won't need a speech. You will smile and say the only sentence that matters: I learned to lead myself first.